I was in the UMBC locker room after the upset of Virginia. That was, well, first of all, it was a tiny, tiny locker room. They had a little bit of spill out into an adjoining locker room, but it was just this pure elation. And I think they would say they weren't surprised because they knew they were a good team. They were surprised, and they had to be. Virginia, they watched what Virginia did all year. They were a confident team, and they showed that in the second half. They were fearless. They weren't going to be intimidated by Virginia, but there's a difference between being not intimidated and knowing that you're going to beat a team that has 2 losses on the year in this number one overall seed. And that the locker room afterwards was pretty surprised and pretty excited. The heartbreak of March is the toughest part, and this is something that we see it on a bigger stage now in the NCAA tournament when a 1 seed loses and you go into the locker room and you see these faces. But this is something that's kind of always gotten to me, even before I came to Sporting News when I was covering high school sports. And you see a high school senior lose in the district playoffs and the heartbreak on their faces, and it's real and it kind of gets to me, and it's tough, but those are the stories that are compelling as well. I went into the Duke locker room after the Blue Devils lost to Lehigh in a 15-2 game back in 2002, and I remember Austin Rivers. And there are so many times where players can't express what that loss means, but Austin Rivers did a great job of it. He used his hands, he talked, and he gesticulated, and he talked about the heartbreak and the disappointment. And as much as it was cool to see Lehigh win that game and to see C.J. McCollum score 30 points and lead the Mountain Hawks to the win, what really sticks with me was Austin Rivers in the locker room after the game.